Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Mias and welcome to my Datascape or virtual world combo video. But before we start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And yeah, so combo number one is actually going to be involving, basically it's a 2.5 card combo because you do have to send the card from your hand to the graveyard after you're done resolving the spell effect in the grave. So that's why if you only have these two starters, it will not work. And this basically, it's not a huge card. It's not really a card that you necessarily have to draw. The only reason why I have it is because obviously turn 1 you can't really set trap cards, and this gets you a face-up trap card, so not only is it an interruption, but also it allows your Datascape monsters to send monsters and spells instead of sending trap cards that don't really do anything, because the spell actually has a pretty good effect in the grave. So yeah, let's get into it. So of course I'm going to set the trap card, which is a Chooch. It's a really good card. It pops a card during either player's turn by banishing, shuffling back 2 of your banished virtual world cards, and it can pop your own cards. In other words, it can pop your own VFD. And the reason why this is relevant is because it allows you to play through like stuff like Forbidden Chalice and Forbidden Drop if your opponent did not send a trap. So that is relevant. Yeah, we were going to actually use the effect of Kirin or Lily and send a spell card by targeting the Chooch, and then we can also use the other effect to send a monster from our deck to the graveyard. So it's usually always going to be Nyan Nyan. This is the monster that actually revives back itself from the graveyard, because every 4 other virtual world monsters, their effects are very similar. Nyan Nyan is the only exception. So it is the only one that actually doesn't special summon itself from the hand, but also it is the only one that special summons itself from the graveyard. And it doesn't have the target a virtual world monster you control, send a card, blah blah blah. Yeah, it really doesn't have that. It's a pretty vanilla card. It really doesn't do that much outside of really special summoning itself from the graveyard, honestly. That's really it. And yeah, we're going to search for the Lulu, which is the starter. This card's actually by far one of the better ones in the deck. And also it's a level 3 tuner, which actually does come up. And this is where, you know, we have to send one of our bonus extra cards. So this is why it's a 2.5 card combo. But we're going to, I believe, draw cards in this combo. So we're still going to end on a pretty full hand. And this is where we search the Lao Lao with Lulu. Their names are so whack, because Lulu, basically, you target a virtual world card on your field from a card type, then you send a virtual world card from a different card type, and then the third card type that is different, you search it from your deck to your hand. You probably don't understand anything, so let me explain this very simply. So you target a trap, you can send either a monster or a spell, and then whichever you didn't actually touch yet, you actually search it from your deck. So if I target a trap and I send a spell, I search a monster. If I target a trap and send a monster, I search a spell. Or I can actually target a spell, send a trap, or search a monster, or virtual worlds. What do you want me to say, man? They're freaking complicated. But yeah, just revive back this thingy, the Nyan Nyan, because a level 3 monster was special summoned, or normal summoned actually, I believe, huh? I think it's only when you normal or special. Wait, hold on. Yeah, exactly. Oh wow, that's actually pretty nasty. And yeah, we make Ravenous Crocosaur, so you see we still draw 1 card, which is not too bad. And then we're going to actually target a virtual world with Lao Lao, and this, when it is summoned, you actually revive back any virtual world monster from your graveyard except a monster that you could have potentially sent with Lao Lao, but you can revive back another Lao Lao with Lao Lao. I'm actually sounding so dumb right now. Yeah, so we're actually gonna send the trap card. This matters because it is actually a level adjuster, and the spell is going to be a searcher for next turn. So we actually start our turn with a follow-up for next turn, which is very nice. And we actually do have to revive back Lily, which is the level 6 non-tuner. Level 6 non-tuner and level 3 tuner. What are we gonna do? Well, we can make Shen Shen, which is basically the macrocosmos of the deck. And it actually has a pretty cool effect where, except the turn it was sent to the graveyard, you can banish 2 monsters with different, I believe, types and attributes from each other, and then revive this from the graveyard, and it doesn't get banished when you use this effect. So it's actually really good in the grind game where you keep reviving it again and again. And now, as you can see, I have a level 9, a level 9, and a level 6. So if I want to make VFD, how am I going to do this? Technically, I could use these 2 level 9s, but that's a bad idea. I want to keep a Macrocosmos. It's a good interruption, of course. So we have a trap card underneath, like in the graveyard, that we can banish and increase or decrease the level of any virtual world monster by 3. And we're going to target our Lao Lao to make it level 9. And also, I guess in the same chain, you can use the effect of Nyan Nyan to shuffle back any virtual world card from your banish to the deck. Doesn't really accomplish much, as long as we make sure we always have at least 2 virtual world cards in the banish for Gucci, because Chooch actually requires you to shuffle back 2 if you want to pop a card. So this move was kind of pointless because it unfuels your banished and you kind of want cards in your banished for Chooch, but whatever, just to show you that you can do it, but you probably shouldn't do it. So yeah. Now we're going to be targeting Lao Lao and make it level 9, and finally we can make VFD. That's pretty nice, man. We have VFD, a pop during either player's turn, a Macrocosmos, but only from the field, and that's pretty damn good, man. 3 interruptions just with 2 cards, and we end on the exact same amount of cards as the surplus cards that we had. So yeah, sure, you do have to get rid of 1 card, but you get it back, so it's honestly not that big of a deal. And yeah, that's basically it for combo number 1. Let's get into combo number 2 now. Ah, yes, Sin, you obviously showed a combo where you drew the good spell card. Now what happens if you only draw monsters? Well, to be fair, you can still play the game very well. You just have to be crafty and stick to the game plan. Remember, summon as many virtual world monsters as you can. Yeah, that was definitely not the game plan, but now it is, so shut up and leave me alone. Yeah, alright, so assuming that you have Nyan Nyan, Lili, holy shit, and Lao Lao, you can actually do the exact same end board. It's just gonna look a bit sketchier, but it's still the exact same end board. It's just that it's a 3-card combo instead of a 2-card combo. So yeah, you're going to be normal summoning that Nyan Nyan and then targeting it with Lili and sending King Long, basically the continuous spell that searches. Very relevant. It's the only continuous spell that we have right now. There's technically 2 traps, but one of them doesn't exist yet in the TCG. And I will be making an updated version as soon as we actually get it in TCG, so that card is actually going to be quite nasty indeed. And remember that Kirin actually gets to send 2 cards from the deck to the graveyard, so the 2 card types that do not match the card type of virtual card that you targeted to summon Lili. Yeah, alright, so now we're going to use the effect of King Long, and of course search your boy, of course, Lulu. And then this is where we have to pitch one of our surplus cards. And we're going to be targeting Nyan Nyan with Lulu in order to pitch King Long and search for Chooch. So that's it. That's how we get the trap. You don't necessarily need to have the, normal spell card that instantly activates it from your deck. So you can still search it. No, don't worry, it's honestly not that bad. And then of course Ravenous Crocosaur replenishes the card that you actually have to discard. And now well, discard, send, I guess. So it triggers Shaddolls technically. I wouldn't recommend you to play Shaddolls in this, but you can do it. It's just very stupid. Yeah, so Lao Lao is going to pitch for another King Long because seriously, I mean, we can't play like 10 billion Chooches, and I'd rather just send King Longs. It's a good follow-up for next turn. And we're going to revive back Kirin, and this is probably where you can see it. So of course, we have the level adjuster in the graveyard. We can just make Shen Shen and then make Kirin level 9 and make VFD, set our Chooch, and we win. So it's honestly that simple, man. It's really not that hard. And absolutely fantastic, man. Let's jump into the 3rd and final combo. Alright, before I start this combo, I want to give a huge shoutouts to Jesse Flores. He never showed me the combo, and he didn't tell me what to do. He just told me that he played Beast of the Pharaoh in his deck, this little guy, and that he hand looped for 5. So without him telling me anything, I managed to discover the actual combo in literally just a few minutes. And I don't know how to play this deck. So basically, if you have Beast of the Pharaoh, the normal spell card, and I guess Lulu, or it can kind of be whatever you would search with Lulu, but then you would probably need another card. Otherwise, you would be 1 card short. Because this card is a +1, it actually searches from your deck to your hand. It is better than Kirin because, well, Lili, because you can easily set the King Long, but not necessarily get a lot of monsters to your hand outside of that. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the beautiful hand loop for 5. You're going to use the gate, the colon, and set the, activate the Chooch. One day I'll actually get good with the names, maybe, we never know. So yeah, this is where we send the continuous spell and search for Lao Lao, I believe. Yeah, exactly. And this is going to banish itself to search for another virtual monster that we will actually have to keep in the hand and pitch infinite instead. So it will be the dog, which is GG, and then we, you know, of course, discard infinite. Now we target GG and we have to send either a monster or a spell, and we're, shockingly enough, going to go for Lao Lao. I know this might sound weird, but you're going to see why, because Lao Lao can revive back Lao Lao, and I explained this at the very beginning of the video. That rhymes, LMAO. Oh. So yeah, of course, summon Lao Lao by targeting the trap card. We actually get to send the Nyan Nyan, which can revive back itself, and well, with it, there's no reason to send King Long at this point. We already have our juice going, so we're going to revive back Lao Lao, and we're going to normal summon Beast of the Pharaoh after 10 years, and we're going to do some nasty shenanigans starting right now. So of course, X-Saber Gothams, and you already know where this is going, because Beast of the Pharaoh is a non-tuner Earth, and Gothams is a generic level 9 synchro that basically allows you to hand loop your opponent, because not being once per turn is obviously, like, underrated, man. It's just, who needs, you know, it's, who cares, man? It's, you can hand loop your opponents, it's fine, man. It's 2020, almost 2021. Yo, next step, man, 1 card FTKs through 5 hand traps. What, I don't even know at this point. Yeah, and by the way, you actually summon back a level 3, so you can revive back the Nyan Nyan, and now it is actually treated as a tuner. This is part of the effect. It's actually not inherently mechanically a tuner. It's just when you revive it from the graveyard, because your normal or special level 3, you can revive it as a tuner. That's pretty good. So yeah, X-Saber Gothams is going to tribute itself to make the opponent lose 1 card. And now, ooh, Cloud Castle, not bad. Revive back freaking Gothams and revive back Beast of the Pharaoh. It seems like this almost looks at like an infinite loop or something. Well, not infinite, but a pretty good loop. So yeah, once again, Gotham's going to make our opponent lose 1 card. Coral Dragon, level 6 tuner. Beast of the Pharaoh is a level 3 non-tuner, so of course, the exact same thing again. Cloud Castle, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3, Merry Christmas, oh yes, oh yes. So yeah, X-Saber Gotham's again going to make our opponent lose a 3rd card, and because obviously that wasn't enough, you're going to make Phantom Fortress enter Blathnir to remove card number 4, and we're not done yet, my guy. We could have actually done so much here. We basically could have made like a level 6 synchro, then revive back Beast of the Pharaoh, maybe make like, I don't know, like a rank 3 if we wanted. But just for the disrespect, I wanted to make Trishula, because you really can play the card. At the end, yeah, once again, even like reviving back the Beast of the Pharaoh is just like the cherry on the cake. You really didn't need that. And you can technically make a VFD, but if your opponent only has 1 card, how is he winning? Beats me. Probably just not. And you still have 2 cards in your hand, so not too bad, man. A 3-card combo gets you to hand loop 5 through hand traps. No, definitely not. But yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. So once again, huge shoutouts to Jesse Flores for pinpointing, I guess, this. Not really, but I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, for telling me that this exists. Otherwise, I probably would have limited my creativity and I might have just never been able to find this. So yeah, this is why we make videos like these, honestly. It's just you know, inspire you, I guess. Inspire you to become better, and we all become better as a whole. So yeah, that's basically it for this beautiful virtual world combo video. If you guys have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. That was extremely awkward. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow or maybe today. I am not sure yet. Peace.